All right, well, let's go ahead out to Florida and talk with Bridget. Hi, Bridget. You're on the air. What's on your mind today?
Hey, Andrew. Hey. Hey,
Hi.
I really appreciate you. I am going to support your ministry because I believe in your ministry. I'm so glad that you're live on radio and you're going to be reaching millions. So I'm really
Thank you.
excited about supporting
Thank you.
you. You're so very welcome. I have a question. In the book of James, what does it mean where it is written, count it all joy when you're going through various troubles?
Hmm. Great question. That comes out of James chapter 1, and it's verse 2. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Uh, Paul says the very same thing in Romans chapter 5 about trials and faith, and then what comes from it is perseverance. I guess it's like this. You could be the most skilled basketball player in your mind, but if you never practice, if you never have any outworking of that, if no one ever defends you, then you might think, what a great dribbler I am, what a great shooter I am, but then someone comes up and plays defense against you, and suddenly you're a different person. You don't know how to react, you don't know how to respond, and it's because you haven't had training. And so I think that that's what James is saying here. Look, you're equipped, you have everything you need for life and godliness, but work out what's been worked in. You're going to have to be put in scenarios where you get to choose to play and you get to practice, and you're confronted with opposition and difficulty comes at you. So where would our faith be if there was never any difficulty? Where would our faith be if there was never any opposition? So planet Earth is coming at us, and this marks the trials that we have. But Christ is working in us, planet Earth at us and Christ in us. And so I think that intersection of the trial with the faith, that's what James is talking about. And he's saying that as you learn to respond in faithful ways, as you learn to respond by fixing your eyes on Jesus, then no matter what comes at you the next time and the next time and the next time, you will have gained the experience of choosing to believe and choosing to walk even when it feels tough. And so those tough times, God works in the midst of those. It's not God hurling disaster at us and then snickering in the corner, hey, I wonder what Bridget's going to do this time. Or, it's not God hurling bad things at us. Look, the planet already has enough bad things going on, but Christ is working in the midst of those bad things, and He's training us up, He's instructing us, He's counseling us, He's mentoring us. And I think that that's really what James is after here. It's practice and training for the next time.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, does that
Once
clear it up? Does
again,
that help?
yes, yes, it does. So often we will hear people say God is testing you, things of that nature.
I see.
And
Yeah, yeah.
my thoughts is pretty much what you just said, that God
Hmm.
is not trying to see how much we can walk the fine line, but
Right, right,
if we're in Christ, we have everything we need for godliness in life already,
right.
and that
Look,
that
yeah, you got a great
yeah.
point. You got a great point,
Hmm.
Bridget. I mean, the testing of your faith is different than God sitting there like a professor in the sky with his clipboard in hand trying to put scores on us or something. The testing of our faith here is that, hey, when your faith intersects with problems, guess what? Your faith is going to be tested. That doesn't mean that God is, got a stern look on his face up in heaven, a furrowed brow, and keeping score. There's no scorekeeping. We've already scored off the charts. We're righteous in Christ, and Christ fulfilled the law, and we're not under the law, and so we're not under some sort of standard. But there is just the practical aspect of, hey, if I believe Jesus Christ is my life, if I believe He's my source of contentment, and temptation comes at me, that's going to be a time when my belief is tested. Well, who's testing it? Well, the circumstance is really the thing that's bringing it to be tested. So we don't need to think of God as some sort of professor giving us a grade.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for clearing that up, brother. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate your ministry. And I'm going to demonstrate that by faith by supporting your ministry monthly.
Oh, thank you so much, Bridget. I really
You're so
appreciate you doing
welcome.
that. All right. Well, call back
Anytime.
anytime. Okay.
I will. Thank you.
Bye bye now.